Welcome to wapp.Studio.
In this video, all about how to build your first app. Hi, we are Wheeler and Mark from wapp.Studio. In this video, we will show you how to create an app, add some program logic, and run or test your first app. This is a detailed video. If you need faster information, there is also a speed version of this video. Let's start with how to create an app in wapp.Studio. Demo time.
Thank you, Wheeler. So this is a new installed wapp.Studio environment. To work with or create an application, click in main menu on My Applications. Then click on the new application card to start the Create an App Helper dialog. To start a step-by-step tutorial, click on the wapp.Studio logo in bottom right corner or fill in your application details manually. wapp.Studio need to view information about your new app. First, fill in an application identifier. Second, set an internal description for your app. And last, type in an external description, the public name for your app. Ready? Then, press OK in the top right corner. Great! Now wapp.Studio opens your new app in the App Designer, where you can work with your app. On the left side you see the App Designer main menu.
That's much. Where should we start? How about an app icon and the app colors?
Okay, to set an app icon, let's look in the Description menu entry. Here we can define public information about our app. To select an individual icon, click on Application Icon. And type in a view character, so I choose a hand icon. Cool.
Okay, but where can I set my preferred colors?
Everything about layout and colors could be found in Configuration. Click on Layout Presets and select foreground color. So I choose orange for primary color. To select between bright or dark mode, click on Background Color and choose your preferred background scheme. So first configuration done, back to Wheeler.
Wow, that's easy. Okay, now I'm wondering how to put in some program logic in my new app. Let's say, prompt the user with a login-dialog.
Now we are back in App Designer. If something is happening in your app, there will be an event for it. To show in login-dialog, we use an application start event. So look in that, click in the App Designer menu on Event Functions, then click the plus or add button to show a list of possible events. In this list there are all events that may occur while your application is running. So, to show a login dialog, we choose the second entry, Before Start Dialog, in the list. Cool, now we jump directly to the Event Designer, for the event, Before Start Dialog. On the right side of the Event Designer, there is an JavaScript editor ready. So first set a variable for the login dialog.
Hey, there is an error message, you have forgotten to type in a semicolon.
Yes, in the background there is a compiler running and check every change we made. So I correct my error, and the error message is gone away.
That's cool, but what functions can I run here?
So there is IntelliSense help, so to see a list of all available function, you can press the dot character or press the list button in lower left corner. In wapp.Studio, there are also built-in functions. So for example, to access database function type in DB for database and a dot. So you can choose from all database function. The wapp.Studio logon dialog is part of the user interface, so type in an U and an I for user interface, followed by a dot. To choose the login dialog, type in more characters or click on the corresponding line.
Hey, there is a function called helper dialog. That's easy, so I can fill in the parameter one by one.
wapp.Studio is optimized for tablet user and will help you to fill the function parameter with a helper dialog. So fill in dialog title and give a prompt message for the user to fill in credentials.
Cool, the function call is inserted in the editor, and there are some inline information about parameter and the function.
So let us add another line to prompt the user with an alert dialog.
Okay, but how to test or run this?
To start the integrated debugger, click on Start Debugger. This will start a full-blown JavaScript debugger inside wapp.Studio. You can set breakpoints and hit run or step through your program logic. So step through the logic. Here is the login dialog, fill in a user and a password. And next the alert prompt. Okay, everything is fine, so exit the debugger and the event designer. Yes, we will store our event script. So in app.designer you can now access the before application start event script by simply clicking on the corresponding menu entry.
Okay, that's simple. And there is even an integrated editor and debugger for JavaScript. But now I'm wondering how to run or test my new app. How will it look like?
Here we are again in app.designer, and here is our event script which will be executed on application start. To start the integrated application debugger, press in lower left corner, Test Application. To make things simple, uncheck those two checkboxes for the first test. So we disable the integrated JavaScript debugger also on startup. Okay, so everything is ready to run our app. Now click on Run in the top right corner. The wapp.Studio application runtime, the wapp start environment, starts your app, and here is our logon prompt. Okay, it's working. So leave the application debugger by opening the debugger menu and press X. For the second run, press Test Application again.
Mark, what is an execution mode?
Yeah. Here you can select in which debugging environment your application will be executed. So let's choose mobile to run in mobile mode. And hit run again. Now your app will be executed in mobile mode. So there is also an option to rotate the device. Again, let us leave the debugging environment by hitting X in debugging menu. In this last run, we first select another execution model. Let's choose tablet mode. Then check those two options to activate the JavaScript debugger while running in debug mode. Also the second checkmark to debug the startup phase. Perfect, so now press run. Now the application debugger will halt on every breakpoint or on every executed JavaScript, so you can step and debug through your application while it's running. So put in some credentials. Next step. Show the alert with info about your input. Perfect, everything works fine. In the debugger menu you can switch the JavaScript debugger on and off.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, there are tons of more options, but I think that's enough for our first trail.
Thank you, Mark. So now we know how to create an app, also how to program this app, and finally to run and test wapp.Studio applications inside wapp.Studio. There are much more videos about how to program with wapp.Studio. See you. Thank you for watching.